So Lacey Evans, okay, formerly, or I think she's just Lacey Evans, right? She hits even more wrestling sites with false DMC claims in ongoing effort to erase WWE and OF history. So I don't know if there's a conspiracy afoot, but I guess she doesn't want to be remembered as a WWE superstar or as an OF girl. And I don't know if it's because it is not Christian. But Lacey once again flooding the internet with fraudulent DMCA takedown requests, and this time she's dragging even more pro wrestling websites into her campaign. The former WWE star, filing under her real name Macey Estrella, is actively trying to wipe out any trace of her WWE career, which is interesting. Why? Is it because she was in skimpy outfits and like that? I think she's doing the whole like, go with Christ, brah. You know, I think it's that sort of thing, which is fine. And maybe like her kids are getting older and she thinks that now she realizes, I don't know how old her kids are as Kenny Omega lands on his neck and almost dies. I don't know if maybe, because here's the thing with all these, I'm just going to say it. This may be like, oh, what are you, a red pill bro? Red pill YouTuber bro? No. It's like with all these women doing OF and just putting their booty cheeks online, like you all want to be mothers one day. No, every woman comes to that realization for the most part one day, like, oh, I want to have kids. And then it's like your kids got to see, they're going to get made fun of that for that. I'm sorry. It's going to happen. You know, you see it on Twitter. People are like, yeah, well, he can be sad in a Bugatti or whatever. It's like kids don't care about that. They don't give a kid who's born in like ultra poverty doesn't know that they're poor. I don't know here. I'm not trying to parent-splain to anybody, but like maybe it's one of those things where she's like, oh, I don't want any of that stuff up there. I don't know it's that. That would just be my speculation. Like, damn, you're pulling your titties out with Mandy Rose and stuff like a year ago, I thought. So like what happened now? You're trying to scrub it down. I get it if people are like illegally stealing your OF content and putting it up places. Like, okay, yeah, you have every right to DMCA them, but you're wrestling too? Like, nah, you can't do that. That's forever. So Lacey Evans, right? She flooded the internet with a bunch of false DMCA copyright strikes. And Ringside News confirmed that Evans is continuing to misuse copyright laws in a deliberate effort to remove legally protected content. She's targeting images and articles that are not owned by her, many of which are from WWE programming or her own public social media posts, all of which fall under fair use protections for news reporting and commentary. The latest round of complaints includes takedowns aimed at multiple respected outlets. Okay? Now, here's the problem with this. The outlets are PW Torch, Post Wrestling, E-Wrestling, PWPix.net, TNAPix.com, WrestlingForum.com, CagesideSeats.com, Reddit, TJR Wrestling, News 18. And one of the most interesting things about this new wave is the specific content she's trying to bury. Evans attempted to remove an article titled Lacey Evans boldly states she doesn't miss WWE after departure, which simply covered her own public statements. She also went after pieces documenting her viral feud with Sergeant Slaughter, another incident that unfolded entirely in the public eye. Now, here's the thing, man. When these people start, Lacey Evans and Mandy Rose, we're about to talk about Mandy Rose as well because she's done the same thing. You don't want to start striking content creators. They will turn on you so hard. They will turn on you so hard and fast. And they will start, it'll just amplify the 80 times over. If you're a boomer, don't argue with content creators, like young content creators, about what constitutes fair use. Okay? Even small ones. All right, Brendan Schaub, I roast him enough on this show. He famously recently set the precedent on what it is, that what constitutes fair use. He sued this small YouTuber, and he got owned by this kid. And Ringside News goes on to point out a great point. They're like, this tactic mirrors a previous situation involving Mandy Rose, who earlier this year filed over 80 false DMCA complaints, with many directly targeting Ringside News in an effort to scrub mentions of her fan time career after her WWE release. It's clear that Evans is following the same playbook, attempting to weaponize the DMCA system that suppresses factual reporting and rewrite her online history. But Ringside News will not back down and is actively filing counterclaims against every false takedown submitted. Millionaires and billionaires always do this shit. They always try to scrub their internet fingerprint, their digital footprint. Trying to silence coverage she once benefited from isn't just dishonest, it's legally questionable. When public figures turn on the very media that help build their brand, it raises serious concerns about transparency and abuse of the legal system. And Ringside News is absolutely right about this. She's fucking up and she can't erase her fucking past. Now, I said it like earlier, and I don't know if my mic cut out before I said this, but like, I don't know if it has to do with her trying to hide, like her kids got older and she's like, oh man, they're going to be embarrassed by this stuff, or if it has to do with her just trying to erase any controversy. The internet's forever though. Like you can't DMCA strike Reddit and shit. I don't think it works that way. And if she starts doing that to YouTubers and stuff, if she was doing that to a bunch of YouTube channels, they could all just counterclaim her at the same time. She'd be fucked. There's no way she would dispute, or they could all dispute and she would take them all to court and win. It just wouldn't happen. And it's unfortunate that her and Mandy Rose choose to go this route, like lashing out on the media that when they're benefiting from the media, they're not trying to get shit pulled down. So let's move along here. Hopefully you guys got all that. It'll be a bitch to clip after, but it is what it is. Shotzi has been on a tear since leaving WWE. Here's her in MLW cooking. Rocking on, fellas.
Gourbuster gives way to a huge Sheton. Shotzi Blackheart remains undefeated in MLW.
Here's your winner, ballsy badass, Shotzi Blackheart.
Tom, every time we see her, Shotzi gets stronger. Every time we see her, Shotzi gets more and more familiar with the lay of the land of the Major League. And I have a feeling as good as Shotzi looked tonight, we have not seen how great she'll be.
So I don't know. She's undefeated in MLW. Good for her. Good to see her doing her thing and thriving outside of WWE. So Elayna Black, speaking of OF, brags about making more money in a month than many wrestlers make in a year. And we knew that was going to happen. I mean, that's like the Jazmyn Nyx thing. I went on White Heat with JJ Alexander and my buddy Matthew over on their YouTube channel. And I did that show earlier today. And we talked about Jazmyn Nyx a little bit. And it's like, dude, she'll make more just like playing games, streaming on Twitch than she will wrestling. So this doesn't shock me at all. Cesar Duran, speaking of MLW, he took shot at WWE last night at MLW Fury Road. And he says, well, some other company packs up their big shows and shipped it off to Saudi Arabia to take that blood money. We came here with the real deal right here in Texas. Selena De La Renta added to the state sentiment, telling the crowd, remember that a Major League Wrestling, we don't play soft. We don't play safe. We choose violence. See, MLW owns that shit, and they own where they are, like their position in the wrestling world. Whatever. It gets people talking about it when they take jabs at WWE. It's not like their identity. It's not something people wish they'd stop doing, So are you interested in seeing OVW continue the Wrestler series on a new platform? So OVW is filming new wrestling show after Netflix passes on season 2. That's incredibly unfortunate. It means that the numbers likely weren't there. But I'm down to watch whatever, Wrestlers 2 or whatever the fuck they call it. I'll check it out on whatever streamer it's on, but is the production there? Is the quality going to be there? Is the editing going to be there? Is it the same production team? I don't fucking know. But that show is really good, and I implore you all, Wrestlers or whatever on Netflix, go and check that out. And it's cool that they're doing that. They got a little bit of a YouTube boost after the last one. ZUFFA Boxing is reportedly nearing a deal to bring the new boxing promotion to Paramount in 2026. So again, ZUFFA Boxing, we went through that whole thread with Niccolo Piccolo, and basically we talked about TKO on 100% of the fucking market share. We talked about CBS and Paramount and how they want to move in on buying WBD. Well, ZUFFA Boxing is nearing a deal, and they got the deal with Paramount. ZUFFA Boxing announces broadcast partnership with Paramount. So ZUFFA, TKO, Turkey Al Sheikh, all of those connections, right? Endeavor, WME, all that fucking, right? It all goes back to what Niccolo Piccolo was talking about, and when Paramount's in the Zuffa and TKO Endeavor business, Dana White, Turkey Al Sheikh business. I mean, inevitably, everybody wants to say, oh, WWE's a MAGA company. And if the media is continuing to move more conservatively or balance itself out from how far left as some people have assessed, right? Whatever, then as Niccolo Piccolo pointed out, then ultimately, I just don't know if we're going to see AEW on the WBD, TNT, TBS, anything come 2027. Honest to God, like my eyes have been greatly opened just seeing this all play out. And Paramount, if they scoop WBD and they're in the ZUFFA Boxing business and the adjacent to UFC business, adjacent to fucking UFC's got this whole new thing they're working out to. It's just not looking good for AEW, man. That's all I can honestly say. And no sickos are looking at any of this. They're just like, oh man, Speed got kicked off X. It's like, okay, who gives a shit? Like, what? Who gives a fuck? Like, Sting's son is going to make his pro wrestling debut next month. Game Changer Wrestling, GC Dub booked some legends for GCW on November 22nd at the American Dream Show. And they got Tommy Dreamer and Rhino with a Y, actually with an I, but with a Y for his WWE spelling, and then an I when he's on the indies and TNA and shit. But they got Killer Cross, Cardona, Bear Bronson, Joey Janela, Atticus Kogar, Matt Tremont, Maki Ito, Effie, and more. Just stacked. GCW doing the damn thing. So go and check that out. Karissa Rivera, a.k.a. Elektra Lopez, will make her NWA debut next week on NWA Power on Tubi, I believe. Is it Tubi? Or Roku or whatever the fuck? Against Kenzie Page, who wrestled Natalia. So that's awesome. Shout out Karissa Rivera, doing the damn thing in NWA. Hopefully Billy Corgan can bolster his fucking roster and get some more stuff going, you know? Pardon me. The Rock reveals he suffered a concussion while filming The Smashing Machine. He wanted his co-star to hit him for real, man, in the movie. As since it's an MMA movie, he had to go all the way for the role, dude. Of course he did. Of fucking course he did. It's method acting, man. I sent my co-stars dead rats in the mail, dude. Moving along here. So Long Island, House of Glory Wrestling, they say we're just getting started. We've only dropped 3 huge names so far. So Andrade, AEW superstar Andrade, Shayna Baszler, and Maki Ito are making their Long Island debut with Hog Wrestling there. So shout out HOG for doing the damn thing. They're putting on good shows. A video surfaced. Now, I played that video for those of you who may or may not remember. I played that video of Jazmyn Nyx's boyfriend playing, which is all he'll ever be remembered as. He was at what was he at again, like Disney World or Universal or some shit, and he's just being like overly hacky with like low-hanging racial jokes and shit, I guess, you know, like I'm not a virtue signaler. You guys fucking know that. Like Husey comes on, we make all kinds of jokes. It's just jokes, right? Got to be able to laugh at shit. But he's just like, oh, look, a Chinese thing. Oh, me Chinese, me so dumb. Like that's pretty much the extent of his jokes, right? Like women, oh, get them back in the kitchen, right? I can't remember what he said about Asian folks. He was like, oh, that's the same thing or whatever the fuck, right? So he's just making these hacky jokes and they're not even funny, but I get what it's like, this streamer culture. He just streams to morons, to 12-year-olds, little kids who are like, oh man, that's fucking funny. That rules. Sorry, I just got a text over here. And so like, you know, this guy's just super, super duper hacky, right? And he's shitty, and they're like, oh, maybe she got heat because her boyfriend's like being racialist and stuff. I don't think it has anything to do with that. I think it has to do more with it's just the shock value, like what Raja Jackson got caught up in, right? These fucking kids just egging you on and putting over shit that's just like, shitty and tasteless and hack, right? What more can I say about it? So here's another video that comes out of Jazmyn Nyx's boyfriend shitting on pro wrestling as fake. He's like, oh, it's fake and it's stupid type shit. Now, again, I don't think any of this heat bled off on her. I just think she got into wrestling. It's not her passion. She picked up and learned this skill. She's a natural at it. She's really good. But she's like, fuck it. I can just stream with this guy, be a model. I don't need access to the fucking gym and the meal plan in NXT. I already stay in good shape. I have great cardio. I was a soccer player. I'm all good. I don't need wrestling. I don't love wrestling. I can make more just Twitch streaming. I don't even have to get all Lacey Evans on everybody. I could just like fucking do a Patreon and like do lewd pictures. That's the word I'm looking for. Lewd. That means like not nude, but lewd, right? She could probably just do that like bikini pics when she goes out to the fucking beach and be fine, right? And then stream on Twitch. What's her favorite game? Just do IRL streams with her guy here. And he thinks it's a joke. They probably make fun of it behind closed doors and shit. And that's totally fine. That's their prerogative. I don't hate them for it. But yeah, this guy is a hater on pro wrestling. And maybe I don't think this videos like these have to do with it in the way that it's like, oh, WWE's like we know she came out and said, yeah, I didn't accept the money they offered. Apparently WWE even offered her more. But you still see some people online like, oh, she wasn't cut out, or like she didn't have the right attitude. Look at what her boyfriend said and stuff. And it's like, I just think she doesn't care about wrestling, and that's totally fine. Statlander didn't care about wrestling at all. She's just pretty fucking good at it and has a great look. Either way, I digress. Here you go.
Because you're in a headlock. It's real. This is real.
Yeah, no, this is real.
It's close. Oh.
Today is day 11 of testing out me and my girlfriend's athleticism, and today we're doing her profession, which is wrestling. I have no idea what the I'm doing in here. Shout out to Legend Social Casino for letting us be here today. Any words of encouragement?
Good luck.
Any advice?
You always say how easy it is, so let's see. Show me.
I don't say it's easy.
Yes.
It's just fake.
So you don't even have to touch your head for this.
Do I look like Jeff Hardy? It's my idol.
Mostly hitting the top of your shoulders. Yeah, what do you mean? All right, this is easy. This is the start. Good.
I'm like a young Jeff.
Okay, there you go.
No, Jade.
Second row, go. Yes. Yay!
That felt like shit.
Oh!
So here's them training and shit. I don't
Hands
know.
close.
Oh, yeah.
So first the technique. Hey, right one goes. Push you back. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm wrestling. You giving. I gotta give.
Because you're in a headlock. It's real. This is real.
Yeah, no, this is real. What are you? Fuck this. Son of a bitch. All right, guys, we just got done wrestling. That shit sucked. Everything on my body hurts right now.
There you go. See? So he learns a quick lesson. It's real, pal. Wrestling's not fake. Where's my goddamn
Wrestling's not fake!
But I will tell you one thing. That's fake. Now let me show you something that's real. Okay, we're going to go put in a parlay with Legend Social Casino. We got Tennessee versus Georgia. Tennessee plus 5.5. We got LSU money line. And to finish it off, we got Clemson.
Okay, yeah, you're not going to do your fucking Prize Picks ad or whatever on my shit. But even though I just said it, so I kind of botched. But yeah, man, him just like, but it was fake and da-da-da-da-da. Like, they're just making a bit out of it. Jazmyn can just do what her boyfriend's doing and make more money than him because she's a super hot girl. It's like a cheat code in life, you know? We're just being honest here. But Mark Henry had this to say about Jazmyn Nyx's on Inside the Ring. This is what he had to say about Jazmyn Nyx's boyfriend.
Because we're the one that let him in the business, let her in the business, let him in the business. Just because you can don't mean you should. There's a lot of people that you shouldn't bring them into business. It's like, who's going to marry your daughter? You going to let some random smuck marry your daughter?
No way.
That's what we do in wrestling. We let random smucks in wrestling, female and male, because they look good or they accomplish something. Just because you accomplish something don't make you a candidate for the trust of our industry.
Right.
But we do it. But then they say, well, how do you know? How do you pick?
Yeah, Mark's spitting right now.
Passion and love for the industry. I was a fan. When the WWE found me, they found me because I was already actively acting like a wrestler.
Yeah.
Man, I was doing the poses and I was flexing and I was talking trash. I was being that kid. And they were like, man, this dude is tailor-made for wrestling. We got to bring him in. There are people that go to NXT, they've never heard of wrestling.
Ugh.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's awful, man.
And not just NXT, but every indie
What are you
promotion.
talking about?
Man, I've fallen into it.
There's people in TMZ who've never heard of fucking wrestling.
I've fallen into it.
This dude's co-host never heard of wrestling. He's just one of the fucking nerds from the newsroom who sucked at whatever the fuck else they were doing that day, and they're like, you, Harvey Levin's like, you get in there. That, ladies and gentlemen, was miscellaneous news.
Sometimes in life you gotta be a hoe.